Well, I think we've all heard of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters organizations and what kind of an impact that they're having on the younger generation. So joining us to chat more about this is Jen Visser. She is the executive director of Lethbridge Big Brothers Big Sisters. Jen, welcome. Great to have you with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long has the organization been around here in Lethbridge? I think by now everyone knows what Big Brothers Big Sisters is, but maybe just talk about it and how long you guys have been around here in town.
Absolutely. So we've been in Lethbridge since 1973, and the building that we're in, we've been in since 1989, the little Victorian style house on 6th Ave and 7th Street.
Yeah. And have there been a lot of changes over the years as to how things are done?
Yes and no. So we still offer programs that are the same from the 1973 start, but we've adapted other programs to serve different needs of children and our community.
hmm In a nutshell, obviously, Big Brothers, Big Sisters is about being a role model, right? Having a mentoring relationship with a big brother or a big sister, and then a child or a teen. So, as you call them, bigs and littles, right? So, what ages of kids are we talking about here?
So we accept children 6 to 16. We offer 5 different mentoring programs. So we have our community based one that everybody knows about, where you take a child out in the community for 2 to 3 hours a week. Then we have a school based program where a volunteer goes to a school for an hour a week. Then we have a teen mentoring program where high school students get to mentor kids. And then we have 2 programs called Game On and Go Girls, which is group mentoring, where we have it's not a one on one relationship, it's a group of children matched to 2 to 3, sometimes 4 volunteers at a school setting.
That's interesting. Is there any one particular program that kind of sees more results, or does it really just depend on the kids? Some kids respond better one on one, or some better in a group with another peer there.
Yeah, we always look at it from a perspective that every child could use another supporting person in their life.
hmm
And so, since the time I've been with the organization, which has been 15 years, I've seen our programs adapt and grow, and also the needs of kids change in that
Yeah.
time. Seen lots of kids with, lots of low self-esteem or just challenges getting along with other kids. Whereas maybe historically we saw children that were coming mainly from a single parent home, which we still serve those kids, but we're really growing to serve any child in our community and surrounding areas who could benefit from having a big brother or big sister.
Yeah. So, what children specifically qualify to become a little? How does that process work? How can a parent enroll? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The number one thing is they want to be in the program. So that's our biggest thing is you want to be part of a Big Brother Big Sister program. Different ways kids are identified could be through a parent seeing that maybe their child just doesn't have somebody in their corner. Could be an absentee or a lack of relationships in their life. And also we could see interventions through social services and things like that, but the number one is a school identifying the need of that child, because that's where the number one of our kids come from is schools. And our vast of our programs are actually facilitated in schools.
Oh, interesting. So, does the school have to get parental consent to
They
do all of
do,
this?
yeah.
Yes.
So we have lots of paperwork, lots of forms, because we want to ensure every relationship we are creating is happy, safe, and successful.
Okay, so I can kind of envision the school saying to the parent, listen, I think this child would really benefit from being a little brother or sister. That kind of is how the conversation goes.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah, and
okay.
then they sign, and then we start going into the school, and depending on the program, some are longer than others. We have sessions that are 7, and then we have ones that last the entire school year, and then we have some relationships that have been together for 10 years. We really it's every relationship is different. There isn't a specific way, because we're dealing with people, and you can't just put people into boxes. It has to be based on need and relationship.
Yeah. So, with that said, how do you go about matching up a big brother or a big sister with a child or teen?
It's all based about compatibility. So we do lots of screening, lots of interviewing, and lots of questions about things that the child is looking for in a mentor, that the parent is looking for, and then same with the volunteer when they're accepted, that they're paired to a child that's going to be that they're going to have that positive relationship. We have trained staff who make those relationships, so they have a lot of training that they go through and lots of formalities on our side that are kind of behind closed doors that people don't really see to make sure that those relationships are a positive influence.
So how many visits per week are we talking about here, and how long would a visit last?
All of our programs are once a week that they would see each other,
Okay.
some 7 times, some every single week, some an hour to 2.5 hours depending on the program. When we get a volunteer to sign up with us, they have choice because we want to make sure that volunteers in our community have, because everybody's time is very valuable, and we want to make sure that they're able to commit to that time. So we're very upfront saying, if you want to be in this program, it's an 1 to 2 hours a week for a year. If you want to be in this program, it's an hour a week for the school year. And if you want to be in this program, it's 7 sessions for an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay, okay. Can you give us a sample of what kinds of activities would take place on a visit?
Yeah, our community-based program, they can go bowling, they can go swimming, they could go anywhere out in the community to spend that time together. And even our office is open if they want to come spend time there during our hours. And then at the school program, it's not academic. So this is about self-regulation, about positive reinforcement. And so some of our programs actually come with a manual that you have 7 sessions, and each one has a content of what you're going to do that day. So could be bullying, could be breathing exercises, it could be about healthy living and active lifestyle.
All right. Okay. So, like, kind of little discussion topics there to sort of go over. Interesting. Okay. How many kids are currently participating in the programs? I know you were saying those numbers seem to be going up every year, don't they?
We see an increase, and since 2019, we served about 600 kids. And then we had a little bit of dip in 2020 because you couldn't have those face to face relationships.
Right.
And then we saw an increase. In 2024, we served 1,473 kids
Wow.
in active mentoring
And
relationships
that was up from 600 something in 2019.
in 2019.
That is
From
incredible.
2023 to 2024, we saw a 12% increase.
Oh my goodness. What does that tell you?
The need is high and the volunteers are low. It's what we're
Mm,
really seeing right now.
yeah. Is there a wait list for more big brothers and sisters?
We carry 2 wait lists, one for our community-based mentoring program and for our in-school mentoring program. And there's anywhere from 40 to 70 kids waiting at a time.
And that's because, like you said, there aren't enough bigs,
Yeah.
right? We need
And
more
we've always
volunteers.
had a wait list too.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any stories of how this has impacted a child?
Definitely. We've seen, I mean, especially with the time that I've been there, I've seen many kids walk through the door at 6 years old and be paired with a mentor, and now they're 17. And having that person in their life, we've seen kids successfully go through university. And, you can see the average age of our kids is 10 that start to want to participate in our programs. And if you can foresee, because it's prevention, right? Not intervention. This is before something, might have happened, that we can see if we can lead a child down a positive path, they're going to make right choices in life. And we actually have lots of studies that go into it that for every dollar that's donated to Big Brothers Big Sisters, there's an $18 return on that in social investment in our community. So kids in our program grow up to give back to their communities, participate in community, and just go on to live a really positive, fulfilling life.
Wow, that's amazing. What kind of feedback do you get from the mentors? How are they impacted?
The mentors get just as much out of the relationship as the kids
I'm
do.
sure.
We're very upfront when they join, and that's why we take so much time in creating those relationships to make sure that they're going to last, that they're going to be successful. And we do lots of reviews. Like, you don't just get matched and we don't hear from you. You're connected to the organization for a continuation. And so our caseworkers are constantly working with those mentors, and then we have lots of different events in the community that they can do hurricanes games, and we get tickets to different things, or we will put on like, we'll do pumpkin carving or baking or something like that out of the building.
Yeah, I think it takes a special person to be a big. It's a
Definitely.
huge time commitment, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, we value our mentors so much, and we could not do what we do without them.
Oh, you also have a big couple mentoring program. What's that all about?
We do. So this program is really great. I wish we could get more couples to sign up for it, but you have to be in a relationship for at least a year, and you're matched with a child. And normally, the kids in that program come from a background of maybe not seeing a healthy, stable relationship. And so being able to put a child in a relationship where they see a loving, caring couple is such a positive reinforcement to them. And I've seen the matches we make in that program always last a really long time, and they're really successful. And they really, the little becomes part of their family.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. In the beginning there, you mentioned you also have a Go Girls mentoring program. So what does that focus on? Obviously, girls. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have a girls program and a boys program, and we do co-ed too. The girls program is all about self-regulation. So if we have kiddos who come to us and they just don't have the ability, if they have a bad day, how to cope with that. And the average age of kids in that program is about 12 years old. So being a 12-year-old girl is not an easy time in life. And they're paired to a female mentor, and that's in a group. So they're put with a group of their peers. They set up 7 times, and in those sessions they get question boxes. So at the end of every session, they can ask any question that they want. And the objective of that program is when they've gone through it, if they have a day that's not successful for themselves, they can write in a journal, breathing exercise. We've provided them with ability to find other people to talk to, a parent, a sibling, or a mentor, or somebody at their school, and that they can cope better with the challenges that they face in life.
And then on the flip side, of course, you have a boys program called Game On, right?
Yeah, Game On, they're both very similar. Game On, we talk a lot about healthy living and active lifestyle. Get off the couch and get your body moving is a big piece to that one.
Yeah, you must have some stats on how a relationship like this would affect a child's mental health or their grades or relationships, behavior. You must
We
see it all.
do.
Yeah.
Big Brothers Big Sisters has done a great job across Canada in doing a lot of research into our programs. We wouldn't be here for as long as we have if we didn't have that background to say, look at the positive influence we have on children and on our community. Because if we have happy, safe kids, they're going to make better choices, and they're going to grow up and continuate that cycle that we need in our community to make it a good place to live.
Right. Now, Jen, you do have a fundraiser coming up. We want to mention this. So, Bowl for Kids' Sake on March 21st and 22nd at Holiday Bowl. What is that all about? Tell us about it.
Bowl for Kids Six are longest running fundraisers. We fundraise 3 large fundraisers a year. Last year, we were successful in finding just over $300,000 in fundraisers across our community. Lethbridge and outside area is such a generous community. But Bowl for Kids' Sake is an event that has been going on for 40 years, if not a little bit more. And you can sign up a bowling team through a company. You can individually participate and collect pledges. You could be a sponsor if you can't make it. And you come out, you bowl. 2 hours, you get pizza, you get pop, and we always have a theme, and it's a Western theme this year,
Oh,
which we've
fun.
never done, which I think will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, bring your cowboy hat for sure. And your bowling shoes. No cowboy boots allowed there. So how does someone go about becoming a volunteer or a big brother or big sister? How would somebody do that?
If somebody's interested in becoming a volunteer with us, I would encourage them to go to our website, which is bebig.ca. All of the information about our programs is on there. You also could call the office at 403-328-9355, and you could speak to one of our amazing staff who could walk you through the process. And the other thing is you can email us at info.leth@bigbrothersbigsisters.ca.
Sounds wonderful. Jen, thanks so much for being with us today and for sharing all this information with us and about the fundraiser too. So appreciate having you on today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, Jen Visser is the Executive Director of Lethbridge Big Brothers Big Sisters.